Hello, everybody. It is I, Becca Lori Hector here. I am sorry I am a few minutes late. My last phone call ran over a little bit, but here I am, right here back in my office chair. It's been a hot bit since I sat here, but welcome to Being Becca Live. This is where we gather once a week to really discuss what it's like to be an autistic adult alive right now, not when the research catches up, but right now as we are breathing and living. And so we talk about that kind of stuff here, kind of have a chitty chat in the chat section over there. And hopefully other people come and watch and catch up the conversation. So today I am coming to you guys from my office on my day off from the vet's office. That's right. So I have for the last 2 days been at the vet's office. That's why I'm losing my voice right now because you have to talk a lot. Hey, Bernard. Hey, Joe. And so I am doing my autism stuff today. Today is Autism Day on my calendar. So I have the live stream. I have some phone calls. I have a little bit of writing to do. And then tomorrow, hey, Ross. And then tomorrow is my real day off. And then I don't really have to do anything, which is going to be lovely and fantastic. And then I'm back at the vet's office on Friday. And let me tell you guys, I have to catch you up. And that is like amazing to me. Hey, CV. Hey, Bill. First of all, you guys, on the very personal side of that, I am loving my new job. I am so glad that I decided to go back to animal work. I love it so fucking much. I can't even talk about it. It's like, I know I've been there 4 days in total, and I know I shouldn't speak too soon because I know we all fall into the traps after we've been somewhere, but I feel like this is an important thing for me to pay attention to, and therefore I'm saying it out loud to you guys so that it's caught on video so I can't get out of it later. So what I think is really interesting is just how much I love the work itself. Let's take away all of the other parts of it, right? Let's take away the fact that there's fluorescent lights, and let's take away the fact that it's long hours and things like that. The actual hands-on work of it, right? I love it. I missed it. I didn't realize how much I missed it until I started doing it again. And I can't believe how much my brain has remembered all of this time. And it's like, oh, wait, we need that. And it's all just like slid forward. It's fucking nuts. Okay. It's like I didn't even take a day off. It's insane. So yay, autism, for doing that in my brain. And the other thing that I want to share with you guys is that I love the people that I am working with. Here's the deal. It took me a very long time to understand what it is that I like about my fellow employees and what I don't, what I like in colleagues and what I don't, right? I love this team. First of all, everybody, no exceptions, is their authentic self. I swear to God. The jokes fly, people make mistakes and laugh at themselves, right? We make fun of each other, right? But everybody is free in front of each other to make mistakes and not get made fun of for it, not get harassed for it. None of those things. It's like, oh, I'll help you then, right? No big deal. We've all fucked up, right? One of the first things that somebody said to me as I was learning to kind of open and close was, oh, by the way, don't worry. You're going to set off the alarm. You're going to lock yourself out. You're going to leave the lights on. Stuff is going to happen. We've all done it. Is that not the nicest and kindest thing that someone can tell you as a new employee? Is it not the nicest thing? It relieved so much anxiety for me. Like, I'll be okay to open because fuck it. If I set off the alarm, everybody else has too. And they'll say, well, now you're one of us. You did it too. Right? I mean, it was like it was a gift. It was like a present wrapped up in words is what it was. Right? And that's the kind of people that I'm working with. That's the kind of stuff that's happening. Right? Here's the other thing that's happening. Fucking teamwork. Do you understand that? Functional fucking teamwork is happening. Like if I'm in the middle of something and the phone rings and I get caught up on that phone call, somebody else will pick that up and finish it. Let me just say that again for you. If I'm otherwise occupied and was in the middle of something, someone else on my team will come and finish it for me to take care of the person. Do you get how important that is? How crazy is that? So we spend our entire day, just each of us starts something, someone else finishes it, whatever we have to do, which is the way you want your vet's office to function. Okay? And the doctor is part of the team, and she says she makes mistakes and all of that stuff, right? And it is a blessing. I know, Joe, teamwork is scary, right? But for me, working in that particular job, you must be able to work with your team, right? Because most things in vet work you can't do alone, right? For example, if you want to draw blood, somebody else has to hold the animal for you to draw the blood, right? And somebody has to be assisting the doctor, and somebody has to check in the next patient, and right? And so there are a lot of things, a lot of moving pieces happening simultaneously. And if people become selfish about their work, it becomes impossible to do things. Okay, right? Like if they're like, no, that's mine, but then they're busy and they're not doing it, and that thing needs to get done so you can do your next thing, right? Nothing functions in the office. It just doesn't, right? Here's the other crazy thing. When we're really, really busy, at the end of it all, when we've survived, we all say to each other, good job, good day, we did it. What the fuck, you guys? I have been talking about wanting to work in a place like that. You've probably not, Joe, experienced functional teamwork. Nope. Bernard says teamwork is great when the members work with each other instead of against each other, competing. Yes, Bernard, that is exactly what I'm talking about, right? This is a team that functions as a team in which there is zero competition, right? Everyone kind of chides each other for their silly mistakes or whatever like that, but it's not real. It's not like, oh, now I'm going to go tell our boss that you did this thing, right? It's like, no, this is how you do it. I fixed it. Don't worry about it. Like the logical way to do it. And I think I know why. And I can't believe that I'm going to say this, but I'm going to say it out loud. We're all older, meaning everyone is at least in their 30s, right? A lot of the time we find ourselves in professions where we have a lot of youngsters, and vet teching is definitely one of them. A lot of folks are really young who do it. And then a lot of them either leave because it's not for them, or some of them go on to pursue to become veterinarians, right? It's a good way to get that experience. But those of us who enjoy vet teching, which is essentially you're an animal nurse, right? Essentially that is what we do. And when you do that, it's not like that. You know what I mean? It's just not. And so I don't know, it's just really, really amazing. And so on Monday, we had this absurd day. When I say absurd, and it happens, right? You can't, when you work in a medical field and of any kind, emergencies happen, right? And when they do, it's your job to do your best to get through them and to help the person who's having a medical situation, right? And that's the same way in animal medical care. We do the same thing. So on Monday, we already had a crazy schedule, but Monday has a tendency to be a little bit more crazy because people tend to have stuff happen on Saturday and Sunday when they're out doing things, and then they have to deal with it on Monday when we're open again. So this Monday was no exception, and it was absurd. We worked from 9 to 6:30 without stopping. Constant patients, always on my feet. We had to skip lunch. I had to pee. I got to pee one time, right? And normally I would be mad at myself, right? Normally I would be chastising myself and saying all kinds of things like, oh, Beck, you should know better, and blah, 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 blah. Except that it was a team effort. And if any one of us, none of us took lunch. None of us peed, right? It wasn't like I was doing all the work and they were eating lunch and peeing, right? We were all like that. And we all knew that if one of us dropped off to take a break, the whole thing would just collapse and we'd be stuck there really late, or things wouldn't happen well, right? Because it was just so crazy. And so that's what we did. We all, without saying anything to each other, we all just pushed through and did all of these things. And so at the end of the day, when all of the patients were gone and we had finally finished cleaning up and we were getting ready to get our stuff, one of my coworkers said, man, good day, right? Because it was. Because we were faced with a gazillion challenges at once, and we all did it, and nobody fought with each other, and nobody made fun of each other, and everyone did their job. No one got lazy. And so it was a good day, and all of the patients were better, and everyone went home, and all of the clients were happy, right? And so it was a good day. Was it exhausting? Yep. Was I starving? Yep. Was I sweaty and smelly? Certainly. But we did our jobs, and we did it as a team. We functioned like a well-oiled machine, and that is the win. That's what makes a good day, right? Not that we were overbooked and the dogs were smelly and all of these things were going wrong, right? but that we weighed our way through it. We were resilient through the day, right? And we did it and we survived it. And when it happens again, there are things that we're going to know how to do better, right? But nobody besides the three of us and the doctor, so the four of us, knew the chaos that was happening and knew how crazy it was, right? Patients didn't feel it, the clients didn't feel it, and that's a good day, right? And so I want you guys to understand that there are environments out there, and when they suit you properly, whatever your priorities are, your values, your needs, it doesn't have to feel like torture, right? And yesterday was another long day, right? Not as bad as Monday, but I was still feeling Monday, right? We know we feel this stuff the next day. But we made it through, right? Teamwork. It's this idea that when it actually works and you function that way, no one person is carrying a load too heavy, right? And for some reason in America, we cannot understand that concept. We as a group do not, right, understand that that's what it is. So update on that I absolutely fucking love being back working with animals. I'm glad to do it 3 days. And I might just pick up a fourth. I mean, I really enjoy it. I really do. Everything is going well. Also, update for Antonio. Everything is going amazing with the move over there. He has stepped up to the plate like nobody's business. He is running things over there and making it happen. And I have done almost nothing really to help him. I've just done some few computer things here and there. But he has his own staff, and he's fucking doing it, man. He's doing it. And that's what it is. It's like, I don't know if I can do this. Well, you're not going to know if you can do it unless you fucking do it and find out. And so that's what he's doing, and he's doing it. And so he can do this, right? Isn't that amazing? It's just so amazing to me. The whole thing is just amazing. But I'm already 12 minutes in. So I have like 10 minutes or so left, 15, to talk about this little topic that I want to talk about. But I needed to tell you all of that in order for this topic to make sense. So here we go. I want to talk about the idea of being more than your autism. This is going to maybe be, I don't know, maybe it'll cause a little fluctuation politically. I don't know. But maybe it's the wording, but it's not how I mean it. So I'm going to do a good job to explain myself here. And what I mean by that is, since I've been at this job, since I've returned to it, right? It's not that people there don't know I'm autistic. They all know, right? But when I'm there, it's not all about autism. I'm not talking about autism. I'm not thinking about autism. I'm not autisming myself. Oh, that's my autism. Oh, I should do this for my autism, right? I'm just there and I'm doing my job. And when I'm there, I'm Becca the vet tech. I'm not, oh, Becca's an autism advocate, blah, 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 autism, 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 right? And what that has done for me is create this awareness all of a sudden that, wait a second, there's more to Becca than autism. I mean, like, for real, right? Like, I've forgotten so much of that because it's what I read. It was what I was doing. It's what I teach. It's what I breathe. It's what I am, right? It's my identity, all of these things. So I was carrying autism in all of these different layers with me throughout every single fucking day. And I was burnt out on it. I'm just burnt out on it. I don't want to have the debates anymore, those discussions. I only want to help people how to make their autistic life better. That's all I want to spend my energy on these days, and nothing else. And what this job has reminded me is that there's so many more layers to me besides my autismness, right? There are other layers and other skill sets in there that I don't give myself credit for, because I'm just so hyper-focused on this one topic. And going back to this job and opening my focus and being involved in the coffee, the sandwich stuff and all of that stuff has opened up my brain and kind of awakened it to this whole feeling and notion and awareness that there is so much more to me than just my autismness. And I have forgotten that. It's not that I don't know it. Like, I know it, right? I have the knowledge of it, but I don't remind myself of it enough. And I was doing this so much. I was so autism focused, and I was doing it for work, and I'm doing it for myself, and I'm doing it for my writing, and I'm doing it for all of these places in my life. So it's all I was thinking about, even though I was thinking about it in different mediums, like the live stream or a written blog or doing a speaking engagement or a seminar, those kinds of things. It became kind of this giant topic in my life. And really, I hadn't left a lot of space for the other parts of myself. And I missed it, I guess, is how I feel. Oh, one of my cats is mewing at me. So cute, my Winston. But that's the whole thing, right? I hadn't acknowledged it. I let it slip, these things slip out of my life. And I think that's why, and this is a big one, you guys, this is like, was a big aha for me. I think that's why I picked fun and flavor this year for my words. That was the reason for needing them, right? I needed this reminder that I needed some fun and flavor back in my life. Like I was eating bland. It was autism all day, all night, all the time. And I need the variety. I need it, right? And doing this job that requires me to be in the moment and right there with it means I only can think about that thing that I'm doing. And it means reminding myself that when the autism isn't there in the front, meaning it's not going anywhere, I'm not saying that, but when it isn't the front focus and it's some other skill set or interest that I have, I get to explore all these other parts of me in which I find joy, right? Like I'm missing out on joys by not having that reality check of I am more than my autism. Yes, autism is an extremely important part of me as a person, and on a personal level, little a autism. Also, big A autism is a really important thing to me in my life, but it doesn't have to stop there. I can have other things in my life that are just as important as the autism. And I need to put them in a priority place, right? I need to give them some space in my life. So by closing out some of this autism stuff that I was doing what I teach you guys to do. Open the doors. I was opening up space for this other stuff to get in. The other stuff besides my autism, right? Being more, there's more to me than my autism is what I want to say, right? And so I want to talk about that stuff because we forget it, right? We get into our habits. And this is a human thing, by the way, not an autistic thing. We get into habits in our adulthood and we just we stay with the status quo. But what that does to us is create a boredom. And from that boredom creates mental health issues, I feel like, for us. When we are not having our brain stimulated properly throughout the day and throughout our lives, I feel like we step into a boredom, which leads to depression, which leads to the burnout and the anxiety and all of those other things, right? And boredom is something that has been an obtrusive problem for me since I was a child. Being bored at school was an obtrusive problem. And it became an obtrusive problem here in autism land, right? And so what I need to do is understand that my boredom means I'm not having the variety. My brain isn't being stimulated throughout the day, and it needs to be. And when it isn't, it gets lazy and tired and sad, right? And so what I need to do is create this variety. I need the different kinds of joys. I need all of the places where those joys come from, right? And for me, so much of it is with my animals, and another whole set of it is with other people's animals. Can you hear my cat crying? Is it not the saddest cry? I'm almost done here, but I have to let him out. I feel so sad. Okay, Winston, go ahead. Go ahead, buddy. There's the door. Anyway, anywho, that's what I wanted to talk about today. I want us all to remember we are more than our autism. Yes, our autism is a significant part of our identity. It is who we are. It is what we need to understand about ourselves as a basis in order to have quality of life. However, you are not just your autism. There are so many more layers to you, so many other areas in which you find joy. Perhaps you're a chef, perhaps you're an artist, perhaps you're a writer, perhaps you're a dancer, perhaps you're many other things. And you can be autistic while a dancer. You can be autistic while a vet tech. You can be autistic while many, many things, right? It's that black and white thinking that does it to us, right? So the habit of our brain, and what we have to remember is we can do lots of things all the time. And the more variety we're doing, the more stimulated our brain is and the happier we are, because that's how the autistic brain finds joy. Bingo. And that's what I wanted to say today. I wanted to do a reminder that you guys are more than your autism. Yes, autism is a part of you. Yes, it's an important and significant part of you, but it is not the only piece of you. So my advice to you today is go out in the world and remember the parts of you that aren't your autism. Try and remember the parts of you that need feeding and healing and growing that have nothing to do with your autism, right? Challenge yourself to a class in your special interest. Do something, right? But this stimulation has given me the desire to get up early in the morning, which is not something I have naturally. And so that's a big deal, right? Yes, Bernard. Bernard says, I love autism, but I also love literature, right? So why? I don't have to be in an autistic literature group. I can go to any old literature group, right? I can look for one if that's what I want, but I'm not limited to that, right? It's a self-limiting thing. Big bingo, right, Bill? That's the idea, you guys. That's my thought process. That's what came to me on the drive home yesterday. And that is the topic of today's live stream. Variety, stimulation of the brain, right? We need to know all of our layers. We need to know what's going on in there and what we can do. And if we don't kind of push our boundaries a little bit or go inspecticating in areas we haven't thought about for a while, we're not going to find that extra joy that's just lying around waiting to happen. And that's what we're all in search of, right? You know how people go mining for Bitcoin? I feel like human beings should go mining for joy. Like that, any reason that you're doing anything, the big cause behind it should be it's in the search for joy, right? Because it's just so rare and it's so hard to find pure joy. And so I need us to be out there mining for it. We need to do the labor to get the joy. That's the deal. T-shirt, you need to get the labor. I have to get the labor, right? You got to do the labor to get the joy. That's the deal. And that's what I have to say about that. So you guys, that is it for me today on Being Becca Live. Next week, you guys, I had to pick up an extra shift at work. So there will be no live stream next week. I am going to have to work a morning next week, Wednesday morning. So I'm not going to be able to do a live stream. What I may do is consider, if I have the spoons this weekend, doing an upload video to go out the same time as our live stream. So keep an eye open on my social media for that next Wednesday. I'm hoping that I'll have the spoons to do that. If not, I'll just put a reminder that we're not, I'll put out a post that we're not having the live stream on Wednesday like we usually do, because I'm going to go seek some joy at work. And do some stuff that makes me feel fulfilled, which is the other thing about the work, right? Knowing that an animal came in feeling unwell and is leaving feeling better and thereby going to have a better quality of life makes me feel good. And I enjoy it. So yay, hooray for a really just positive Being Becca Live. And then my other reminder to you guys is that the June Self-Defined Living Seminar is out and up for registration. We are going to be talking decision making. We are doing decision making decoded on June 23rd at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'll say it one more time. June 23rd at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time for an hour. We're going to be talking about the parts and components of decision making, how to make good ones, why we don't sometimes, and all of that other stuff. And of course, that's going to be from an autistic perspective. I hope you guys will join me. Registration is $20. If you have taken the SDL course or are currently taking the SDL course, I give you a discount for that. So if you've been in the course or are taking the course, email me at info@beccalaurie.com that you would like to do the discounted price for the upcoming seminar, Decision Making Decoded. The registration is up right now on my website, which is beccalaurie.com, L-O-R-Y. And while you are there, you can, of course, sign up for the free newsletter, check out all of my social media and my writing, check out my Ko-Fi page, the Redbubble store, and of course, make use of the contact page, which sends an email directly to me if you have any questions or comments or anything, or need resources, right? That's why I'm there. Or want to schedule a one-on-one, whatever it is that you would like to do, you can always always use the contact page to do that as well. Until then, well, not until then, because first I need to tell you that I will be back on Sunday for Growing Gratitude. And of course, next Wednesday will either be an upload or we won't have anything. And the following week, I'll be back with the next Being Becca Live. Excuse me. So that's all me for today. I hope you guys out there and go out there and have a magical rest of your day. Go out there and today really seek the joy. Think about it. Peel it apart. Are there places in your life that you're ignoring that you could have secret joy? Go mining for joy today, you guys. I will see you on Sunday for Growing Gratitude. And in between that, I will, of course, see you out and about on the interwebs. Have an amazing day, you guys. Bye.